the head coach of the Orange, joining us from Central New York, given that we found out that Syracuse and Louisville opened the season playing one another, and ironically, you guys follow one another here on the show. Sat did have one question, Dino. He was not familiar with the Dome now having air conditioning, and I told him it's a lot better deal than it used to be, and he said, and Packer reminded him, assuming they turn it on when Louisville visits in early September. Do you have any update on whether the air conditioning will work that day, or do we need to kind of check in game week?
Well, unfortunately, I've got to, I don't have that much juice to keep the thermometer up in that building. It's nice. It's cool. It's a great neutralizer to a fantastic home field advantage that we used to have. We're going to have to get more people in that building and find a way to balance the scales again, because I like the temperature just where it was.
Yeah, I think I'd work on finding the switch, Coach. There's got to be one of those big old industrial strength ones that you just go, boom, and next thing you know, the temperature goes up about 15 degrees and everybody's sweating a little bit there.
I can kind of envision you going down and hanging out at Pete Sala's office in that building and going, hey, Pete, what can we do? Tell me how that AC actually works for us in the month of August. Can we kind of ramp it up maybe for like week 3 of the season type deal?
I was thinking more like the movie Airplane, where they had the one scene where all of a sudden the lights went out and the guy had the plug and he was pulling it out. And, just kidding, and he put it back in. You never know what goes on in the state of New York. There's always a time for a power outage.
Hey, you're just trying to save some money for the institution. I mean, there's no need to heat that thing all the time. Just let a little natural air get in there. You'll be good to go. Let's talk about your football team. It's National Signing Day. It's been obviously different with the early signing period and now today. As far as the heavy lifting today, what's that look like for you?
Really light day for us. We've got 2 commits in, and I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. They've got their social media deals they're going to do, and a lot of it's been balanced out with transfer portal stuff. And once again, those young men are committed, but they don't have to sign anything, so they're not. I believe they're coming, but there's nothing on pen and paper to keep them from changing their mind. And then you just kind of move on until the last period, which is the last transfer portal, after spring ball. Excuse me.
All right. You're going to get a lot of preseason attention because you've made some offensive schematic changes. Obviously, Robert Anaya comes in, things like that. Coach Beck joins him from Virginia. But you also bring back maybe the most explosive running back in the college game next year in Sean Tucker. So take me through kind of the put it on a whiteboard and talk it out about what all this could look like.
Oh, I gave you a thumbs up because your volume went, you cut off for a while, so I didn't get your question.
That's all right.
Sean Tucker, and then all of a sudden it went dead.
Well, he's the most explosive running back coming back in the college game, Dino. If you're going to whiteboard with Coach Anaya and Coach Beck and the rest of your offensive staff about what this is going to look like, that's got to be a pretty fun exercise for a coaching staff to think, okay, we've got this atomic bomb in the backfield that can really do things. How else do we get better knowing that a lot of eyes are going to be on him?
Well, I think the first thing is that, you need 2 things to be explosive in offensive football, and that means you have to have a very, very good run game with a complementary pass game, or a very, very good pass game with a complementary run game. And, we think we know how to run the football. We think we've done some things. We think we've improved, and we want to keep that ability to do those things. I think the thing that we need to work on is spreading the ball around in the air and being more productive in certain situations. And I think that the changes that we made in offense is going to help us move down that road.
There was marked improvement in last year's team. There was also so many close losses. I know you look back and go, man, a play here, a play there, and it's a totally different feel-good story. When you look back and you see that, what are the little things? Everybody talks about the big thing, but what are the little things that you do this spring to kind of get you over the hump of some of those kind of games?
It's amazing that you said that, because we started at 7 a.m. this morning, full team, and that's exactly what we were talking about. The difference between being the close wins and the close losses, that starts today. That starts today. And if you, as coaches, if we handle it the right way, we're gonna slide that momentum. We're gonna slide the scale to to our side, and we're going to go 3-1, 4-0 in those games instead of going 0-4 or 1-5 in those games, depending on how people look at it. And I really look at it as the offseason that we had between the big win over Clemson at 4-8, and then the next year we go 10-3. And I see us to go from what we were during the COVID thing to a winning football team is extremely difficult, yet we came so close. But with our 5 wins, going 5-7 with last year's team, and then putting it together with what we have this year's team, I really feel that we're somewhere close to that big year that we had. Now, I will tell you this. The schedule is no joke, and it's nothing to laugh at. But if we do what we're supposed to do and win one that people don't believe, or at least the media don't think we can win, it should be one of those seasons that maybe people will be talking about for a long, long time around here.
And you mentioned the growth of 2 years ago when, we were doing everything humanly possible to get lined up and just play, right? And then you guys went through that maturity issue where you were getting better and yet didn't have anything to show for it, and then you picked up a couple wins. It almost feels like that you've reset the turn again. You've kind of gone through this journey. You mentioned the 4-8 to the win against Clemson and the 10-win campaign. Do you feel like the path is similar this time again?
I do, and I think that the biggest jump has got to happen with the players and the coaches. We have the belief, and we've got the people, but now we got to put the work in. And I believe if we do the things that we're supposed to do with the home schedule that we have, it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to sit here and, this is either the first or second toughest home schedule we've had in the 7 years I've been here. But I think that we've got the pieces in place that we can make this extremely, extremely interesting.
Coach, the other thing you've got, too, is that you mentioned the home schedule. It's also front-ended in terms of, you get a chance to, number one, conference game around the gate with Louisville, which is going to be incredibly important. A non-conference schedule, which includes a team like Purdue, which, again, we saw what they were able to do last year. You have a chance to kind of set the tone early and get your fan base totally engaged that great things are happening right out of the gate. And I would think that would be an incredible incentive in the spring and the summer for your football team and your fan base as far as season ticket sales. People are excited. Let's get going, because you can blast right out of the cannon, right from the get-go, late August, early September, and let it rip, see where it goes.
Well, it's interesting. Now, starting off with who we started off with, we haven't had a lot of success against those guys. And since they had the change, I don't think we had any. But if I'm not mistaken, all those games have been down there.
Right.
And this is their first opportunity to come up here. And the last time they came up here, they had a different head coach, and things worked out our way. But watch this. If I had my choice, I'd rather play them where we're playing them. And I'm not sure I want them as an opener, but I don't have enough juice to get that one changed. But I like the schedule. I like the beginning part of the schedule, no doubt. But if you have a schedule like that early, first of all, it doesn't mean you're going to win them all. And we have a lot of respect for Purdue. There's no doubt about it. I think that's a fantastic football team. Virginia is going to be hungry, wanting to prove their coach is wrong. And and we've got UConn, and we have we have our one AA game with Wagner right after the back end of that. Now, that being said, there's a stretch in there where I feel like we're going against Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Smoking Joe Frazier, and I'm not getting a year to recover. It's like I've got to fight every 3 months, But with Buster at the end, ready to hit me with that uppercut and take my jaw off before I get to the last part of the season. But we're football coaches, we're football players. We like stuff like that. That's why we play the game. We wouldn't have it any other way.
We spend a lot of time, and rightfully so, but about offense, and certainly with the talent like Sean, we don't want to take any shortcuts there. I thought your growth on defense in the last year and a half has been second to none. I mean, where you are on that side of the ball, I can't imagine having a higher level of confidence in not only your staff but also your personnel going into this spring too.
We like what's going on over there. We're gonna be young up front. There's no doubt about that, and we would love to get some more help, maybe in the transfer portal on this last go around. I don't know, but we would like to get some older guys up there. I think we're talented and young up there, and if we've got to go that way, we will. And we're going to try to make them grow up this spring. But we are young up front. But I'll tell you what, everywhere else, you better get ready, because I am humble and meek, but I am very confident about the middle part and the back end of that defense and where it's going to be after spring ball. And if we get all our elephants and hippos together, our O-line and our D-line, and we get our throwing game together, which is the reason why we've got, Robert and I and Jason back from Virginia, we'll see how it goes.
I like the confidence, man. I do. I like that subtle, hey, don't you guys keep sleeping on us. I like that whole mentality, Coach. I do.
You media, you guys got to do your part now. You have to do your part. Now, don't. You got to do your part. Wait a minute now. It's a team effort. All right. I need you guys to do your part. Okay. Just like the 4-8 season before we went 10-3. You guys picked us last. Now, you guys got to do your part. Okay. Keep us where we belong, right there at the bottom.
I promise you, we'll screw it up. We're the media. You're like doubting us. Please. I promise you, we will absolutely butcher it to no end. And you'll laugh and go, these morons on radio and TV, they don't know what they never coached a day in their life. They have no idea what we go through. So don't worry. We got it covered. We will totally botch it up. Promise you on that.
All right. Here. Before
Somebody's
we let
trying to get us back to topic.
I'm just being honest with you.
Before we let you go, Packers gotten into this thing, and I can't tell you of all the coaches you're getting ready to be asked a question. We've asked a lot of your coaching colleagues, but I got to tell you, after we had the good fortune a couple of years ago to come by and visit the office, and we know you got vinyl in there and things like that.
They allowed us to go on the road.
Yeah, that's when we used to be able to go on the road. Pac's going to ask you this question, and I got to tell you, I have an expectation that you're going to give us one of our best answers. That's all I'm going to tell you.
All right, Coach, here it goes. Now, we've asked multiple coaches, different sports in the ACC, this question. When it comes to your walk-up music, not your team, not the family, your walk-up music, what is your go-to song to get you juiced up? It could be game day. It could be going on a picnic with the family. It could be coming on the show, whatever. What's the song that is, hey, that is my tune right there? Bam. What is it?
This is easy. Now, it has to do with a lot. When you talk to me about football, you're also talking to me about family and a lot of other things. Okay? So I'm giving you my 4 daughters, no sons. 4 daughters, no sons. 2 son-in-laws. Okay? But no sons. 4 daughters, 2 sons. My 4 daughters and my family go-to music. Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
I knew it. I knew we'd get a good one.
I mean, it's a classic.
I knew it.
Classic.
Right? Yeah. There's never a doubt. Well done.
Play that one before a game.
No. Here's what we're going to start doing.
Tell you what's
now.
going to do.
Here's the concept behind this. Obviously, we're going to put a montage together eventually. It's a perfect summertime thing. But moving forward now, and every time you come on the show, you can count on that as the walk-up music for the show.
Let's go.
Right?
See, there we go.
I mean, you don't even have to eat candy for that one, man. That's a natural high.
I don't like candy. I don't even
I know you don't.
We know.
No, you don't.
We know.
I'm not saying that you've had any or anything.
But if you do, there you go.
That's for the elephants and the hippos, man.
The elephants and the hippos, yeah. So, hey, great to see you. Best in 22. And look forward. Glad you're going to be glad we get a Syracuse spring game here on ACC Network, too. Excited to see the Orange at the conclusion of the spring drills.
Anything for the conference.
There we go.
That's the motto.
That's what we need.
And you know what? We're here for you to pick you dead last. All right? You got that.
Unbelievable. Dino, good to see you. Be well.
All right, you guys, be good.